Thank you, Dr. Nick. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Karl from the PCOO, and much of the introduction were already provided to us by Dr. Escalante. But our role for this afternoon is to let you know on how we are going to give the messaging for the Quincentennial Commemorations in the Philippines. So while we're preparing the PowerPoint, coffee is served. So you can today. For 2019 to 2022, the international community will be celebrating and commemorating one of the most important achievements in the history of humankind, which is the circumnavigation of the world. And part of those who were part of the circumnavigation was the Philippines. And aside from the Philippines, Singapore was part of it, Indonesia was part of it, basically the whole ASEAN was part of it. Parang tayo yung endpoint ng circumnavigation. And for the longest time, as Dr. Escalante has mentioned, it has been Eurocentric, meaning it was the Spaniards were the ones who discovered us, when in fact we were already civilized ever since before pa dumating yung mga Spaniards. So what we'd like to do is to highlight one of the more prominent figures in prehistoric Philippines, and this is no other than Lapu-Lapu. We saw this as an opportunity to highlight one of the lesser-known figures of Philippine history, someone who we do not have enough information about, and Lapu-Lapu is one of them. If you can see the name, trivia lang to for those who are not aware, if you can see the name of Lapu-Lapu, he doesn't have a hyphen, he has a hyphen and one word lang siya. That's the name of Lapu-Lapu. The Lapu-Lapu with the hyphen and two words is for the city.
Okay.
And the fish. But the fish is a coconut. Something you have to learn every day.
Okay.
In this commemoration, we will highlight Lapu-Lapu as an icon of early Philippines and the symbol of Filipino freedom. Lapu-Lapu, although not all of us know that Lapu-Lapu is an old frail man at that time already, unlike the rendition of our artists. He, in the modern times, represents the gallantry and the spirit of freedom that determine our destiny and our history. Along with Lapu-Lapu, of course, were Filipinos that time who showed not only humanity, as Dr. Escalante has mentioned a while ago, sila yung pupok sa mga Espanyol nung napapagod na sila, wala silang makain, may sakit sila. They were the first Filipinos who showed that we are hospitable and we are magnanimous people. And this is one of the true marks of the Filipinos as a nation. And aside from that, that humanity has transcended in the siege of Baler, the open door policy of President Quezon, and even up to now, when we see foreigners, we are more often than not very happy to entertain them, to give them food, to show them around. It's hindi lang siya ngayon eh. It's been happening. It's been our trait since the dawn of time. So in May 8, 2018, the President signed the Executive Order number 55, creating the National Quincentennial Committee for this purpose, and to join the world in celebrating the Quincentennial celebration of the circumnavigation. And this will, the President saw that this is our opportunity to give a Filipino-centric point of view of the first circumnavigation and highlight one of our heroes, Lapu-Lapu. So, as we know right now, not all of the Filipinos are aware who Lapu-Lapu was. And in fact, we don't know the spelling of Lapu-Lapu until now. Then, aside from that, we are, aside from, alam natin na siya yung pumatay kay Lapu-Lapu, ay kay sino nga yung pumatay? Magellan. Tulog ako nung history class ko. So, alam natin siya yung pumatay. But in fact, there were a lot of Cebuanos that time. And isa silang barangay. In fact, during one of our conversations with Dr. Ne, if you recall, yung sa may dulo ng Mactan Island, we call it Punta Inganyo, di ba? Dati pala daw ang tawag doon ay Punta Diablo. Tama ba? Kasi nung time na budol, nung time na ano sila, nagkaroon sila ng conflict with Lapu-Lapu and team, ano sila, parang they were enticed na pumunta doon. And yung pala yun yung kanilang destiny. So, yun yung mga backgrounds na isa sa mga pwede natin i-highlight during the Quincentennial Commemorations. Then, as what we've mentioned, as Doc has mentioned a while ago, for the longest time, the circumnavigation has focused on what the colonizers have done. This type of point of view fails to highlight that ever since 1521 or before 1521, we are already a civilization. And ito yung gusto natin i-highlight. Yun. Okay. Okay, nabanggit na ni Doc sa kanina. So, ito na yung quote na highlight ni Dr. kanina na for the President, it's more of our pride as a Filipino people more than anything else. The 500 years for us will symbolize our introduction to the world that we are a victorious and freedom-loving Filipinos. So our vision for this commemoration will be a reinvigorated Filipino with a nationalism that transcends time. So, yung pride na meron tayo bilang Pilipino, hindi lang siya for specific occasions, hindi lang siya for specific milestones in Filipino history, but it will always be evident wherever we go. And our mission for the next couple of years is to enrich the public discourse and create a well-informed Filipino by translating into relevancy our ancestors' heroism, humanity, and contribution in our nation and beyond. Okay. Here's our key message before I show to you again our logo. Sa lahat ng mga activities na gagawin natin, sa lahat ng mga materials na ipoproduce na hopefully matulungan tayo ng mga LGUs to produce, is this. Our ancestors' heroism and humanity transcends time and inspires the future Filipino generations to be leaders of change. We will always go back to how our heroes have protected our kind. We will always go back at how the Filipinos have shown that we have a big heart, that we are ready to help everyone who are in need, who's in need. And at the same time, if there will be people who will try to fight us and our freedom, we will fight back. Hence, our logo, the Quincentennial Commemoration in the Philippines, with the theme, Victory and Humanity. So as you can see, Lapu-Lapu will be the central figure of our logo. And as what we mentioned, he will be our focal point, our central image in all our commemorative activities. Then we also use the waves sa baba ng 500 Ginawa natin siyang wave since the circumnavigation was done by sea and the colors of the sea. Then, nagiging natin yung theme na victory and humanity sa baba. Yes. Okay. For the theme, victory represents Lapu-Lapu and its immense triumph that transcends our generation. This also represents the gallantry and the spirit of freedoms of our ancestors and forebears that determined our history and destiny. Humanity, on the other hand, represents the humanity shown by our ancestors to the Magellan Elcano crew, a characteristic of us as people that is recurrent in Philippine history. So, simple lang ang ating logo, as you can see, bright, very vibrant, and the stance of Lapu-Lapu, very victorious, and it's a welcoming feel of our humanity. Let me proceed. So our stakeholders for this commemoration activity will be first the general public, that we may help them be educated about our rich history. Second, the students and teachers from elementary way up to college. Aside from the commemorative activities, PCOO plans to go to the schools to bring along lecturers, history teachers to explain the research that they've done. Maybe in the next few days we can talk to some of our LGUs who are here to help us stage at least small school tours for the children and make it more enticing for them to know and understand who Lapu-Lapu was, and get a refreshed memory, a refreshed perspective of what it means to be Filipino. Then third, historians and researchers. These are the people who are informed, but we want to tap the expertise of these people because we want them to be the ambassadors of how the Philippines was, and to make people be inspired that we're not just a vestige of the colonizers, but we had a rich culture, we had a rich history na pwede natin magamit until now. And finally, the international community. This is us introducing again ourselves as the people who gave refuge to those who were in need, but at the same time won't be flinching when danger is on its way. That's it. And for the branding guidelines, I'm sure the LGUs and the other stakeholders here will be having their own renditions of the commemoration. We will be providing a soft copy of the environment friendly. We'll be providing soft copies of the brand guidelines, which you can use when you produce your own materials. Now, to give us the lineup of activities that we'll be doing from this year until 2021, I will give you the floor. I'll give the floor to the Undersecretary of the Department of Tourism, Yusek Art Bongkato.